Only your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakar, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and today we're going to discuss about immigration issues, of course, and also about debt settlement. And today I have Vedika with me on the board. Thank you so much for being here. And we are going to talk about different issues, and we're going to talk a little bit about asylum today, because this is a big thing, especially now. There are some changes that came up, and of course we will talk also about employment base, because H1B also is coming up. So before I start anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions, and the number to our office 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887, and the website to check attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. So please let us know if you need any help. So we will be glad to help you. And today the studio line is 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And this is Attorney Shah, and we are live today, February 27, 2020. And we're going to talk about a lot of things, of course, about immigration, but feel free to call if you have any questions, whether it's an H1B, L1, O visa, you name it. We'll be glad to talk about it. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about asylum. Asylum are for people who fear persecution in their home country based on religion, political affiliations, and for many other reasons. It used to be also for people who are victims of some kind of gangs and domestic violence, but now it has been removed, so things are a little bit different. But bottom line, if you feel you're being persecuted, your life is in danger, and you need help because of your religious belief or because of your political belief or political affiliations, you might be entitled to asylum. Asylum works this way. If you, just because there are problems in your country, doesn't mean you get an asylum. It has to affect you personally, and we have to prove under the Real ID Act, corroborate what you've been saying about your asylum. You're going to just come and make up stuff. That is very dangerous, because a frivolous asylum can actually block everything in the future for you. So make sure if you have a genuine case, then you go for that. And I don't take many cases of asylum because of exactly that. I want to make sure that the case is strong and genuine before we take it. And if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887. Vedika, I hope you can hear me properly. And again, if you want to call the studio line, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. So we have this now. The other thing that is coming up, of course, is that registration coming up with the H1B, because H1B has been changing, and hopefully they will be more lenient now on the H1B, but it's been really tough for everybody. Even people who have cases, had strong cases on H1B, now when they're filing a transfer or an extension, they are seeing themselves with huge denials. And again, the studio line today is 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and this is Attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and today is February 27, 2020. So if you're hearing the show another day, today is Thursday. If you're hearing it on Friday night, so it's a recorded show, because I know a lot of people listen to it at night, because we replay those shows at night on Fridays, which basically turns into Saturday at midnight, and in this case you will be hearing the recorded show. And again, if you need help, feel free to reach out our office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. and H1B starting. Now, the big thing, of course, the thing that is worrying everybody now is the virus, right? The famous COVID-19 virus. How is this affecting immigration? And I've been talking about this now for a few weeks, and things are not getting better, unfortunately. It was in China, now it's moving, it's pretty much all over the world now, and it seems like nobody's going to be spared. So are they going to block travel? That's one thing we can expect. We don't know how things are going to unfold. So, like for example, now we have both Korea, South Korea, and Italy. Some places in Italy where the virus is really getting strong, and it seems like it's moving pretty much everywhere. And unfortunately, it seems like many countries are not able to test those cases. So, they are not willing to test it because they don't really want to know. It's really kind of collapsing their economy, especially Italy now. They're already in a recession. That's going to affect them. So because of that, big chances, even China, they're not testing everybody. So big chances that suddenly you will see things like for example, one country we should watch is Thailand, because a lot of countries have already started blocking. For example, UAE blocked all the flights from Thailand. So we might see also a situation if you're traveling through Thailand, what happens is that you want to make sure that you have you come back as soon as possible, because if UAE is doing it, there's a big chance you're going to see other countries doing it, including the US. So watch out for this. I know a lot of clients, they go for vacation or they travel through Thailand, and that can create a lot of issues if suddenly they just put a block on it. And things are unfolding on a daily basis, so watch out for that. Now, the other things we know is San Francisco has declared a state of emergency. It's usually the way they do it so that they can get funding to be ready. But the problem with that is that we might see also suddenly a close down of many businesses, a bit like it's happening in some parts of Korea and also Japan. Even school might close down, and that will definitely affect the ability, for example, people who have interviews in San Francisco for immigration, people who have court cases, etc., etc. We might see suddenly also a lockdown, quote unquote, which is going to be really, really difficult to deal with, and I personally don't know how to deal with it, but we will have to find a way to deal with it. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions on 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And I see my friends from Italy are listening to me. I just want to say a special hi to them, especially Marco, who has been really kind of giving me information what's going on there, and I say I hope he's doing okay there. And also, like I said, we're seeing definitely a slowdown on everything pretty much, and that will have an impact on the economy, and eventually it will also have an impact on jobs, and we might see a wave of layoffs coming up again. Hopefully it won't happen, but we need to be ready for that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about also H1B layoff, what can you do, your options, etc. And again, this is Attorney Shah Peerally. We are live today on Radio Zindagi, and I have Vedika with me on the board, and the number to the studio, 510-657-1170. Let me take one caller, Vedika. This is you live on air. Hello.
Hey, hi Shah, this is Amit here.
Hey Amit, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you?
Hey, my question is actually, so my EAD and advance payroll, right, I applied for it, and I didn't know that I cannot travel before my advance payroll arrives. And what happened before it arrived, I traveled to India and I came back. And then I got my EAD though, but I got a letter from USCIS saying that, hey, we intend to decline your this advance payroll, and they wanted to see some proof that I have valid advance payroll to enter. But when I went to India, I got my H1B stamp, and I came to US using my H1 stamp. So do I need to again file my advance payroll application? one question. And the second question is, will it affect
this is a
my
tricky
green card
situation.
processing?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the second question is, would it affect my I-485 application of adjustment of status?
Technically, your adjustment of status is already affected, because when you leave without the advance parole, it kind of quote-unquote kills the I-45. So what you need to do, you need to kind of reinstate that. Hopefully, if they have not canceled it, and unfortunately you won't know until sometimes down the road. So you need to actually kind of talk to USCIS and make sure that they have not canceled the I-45, because that's what you lose when you leave without the advance parole. And you can reapply for the advance parole like that, you will know hopefully. But unfortunately, the problem might not happen now. It might happen when the time you get your green card, suddenly you can tell you, okay, hold on a second, you went out of status by leaving the country. However, in your case, the advantage you have, you came back on the H-1B, right? You entered on the H-1B, right?
Right.
Okay. So since you entered on the H-1B, there's a big chance your I-45 is still good. So what you need to do, refile your advance parole, and then hopefully you should be fine, because you didn't really use the advance parole to come back. But I'm just giving you that information. Next time, I would not recommend that you leave the country without the advance parole. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. It's not affected right now. I said it wrong in the beginning because you came back on H-1B.
Okay.
However, if you had not come back on H-1B, your I-45 would have been abandoned. But right now,
but they asked me for replying to their mail in 33 days. But I stayed more than 33 days in India, and that's why I'm worried that I could not.
Yeah, give me a call at the office. Let me look at the documents. We can do an assessment. But I think you should be fine if you refile, because this advance parole is not going to be approved. So refile another one, and you will know also what the state of your I-45. And I'm pretty sure it's still in good shape because you came on H-1B. Or if you want me to analyze in more details, you can give me a call, 510-742-5887. Okay? Right?
Sure, thanks.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Peerally, you're live on air. Hello, this is Shah. You're live on air.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning. So I have a question related to my wife's H-1B visa. So recently what happened was she underwent her H-1B extension, and she got I-797 until Jan 2021. And she went for stamping, and she got the stamping date until Jan 2021. But few weeks back, her HR reached out to her and said, as per their calculation, USCIS has given a wrong date, and her H-1B is expiring. The 6 years is expiring next month in March, and she will have to resign by March because her H-1B is not valid after that. And so we asked her HR that if they are going to reach out to USCIS to get a new I-797. And the HR said no, they won't be. So do you think we should reach out to USCIS to get new I-797?
Okay, let me get it right. How many years your wife used her H-1B?
So it's been like 5th or 6th year going on.
Okay. That's why HR is telling you in March you're reaching the 6th year, right, for her?
Yeah, so but the question is USCIS gave it till Jan 2021.
Yeah.
And
okay, that doesn't count, because what happens if you reach 6 years, if USCIS make a mistake, you're not supposed to use this. In order to get more than 6 years, she has to have an I-140 approved. So
okay, so the thing is, do we need to get a new I-797 from USCIS, which states that the expiry is in March?
You won't get one. There's no new 797, because if her time is stopping on March, her 6 years are completing, the only way you will get a 797 if she has an I-140 approved or a pending labor certification for 365 days. If she doesn't have that, then she needs to move to some kind of other visa, quickly move to another visa, and then what she needs to do then, once she gets they do the labor certification I-140, it gets approved, then she comes back under H1. But until then, no. Even this is a very it's kind of a counterintuitive situation, but that's the way it is. If USCIS by mistake give you something and you are not entitled to that, by law you're supposed to report it and cancel it. That's what you wanted to know.
So how do we confirm that it is a USCIS mistake? Like, that's what we are just going by HR's word, and that HR has a bad past of doing mistakes with other employees.
I got you. Okay, but did you count your time? Count your time, her time, and also don't count the time she wants on vacation, okay? And see how far it goes. So if she took, for example, you can recover this time, right? It's additional time that can be added. So for example, let's say she was 3 months outside the country, she was in India on vacation, you add that to the 6 years and you will get more time. And then you can continue using the 797 until you add all this time. It's called recaptured time, right? But now if you go and contact USCIS, they won't give you a new 797 because ultimately what happens is that 797 was obtained in mistake. But did you calculate the time exactly?
Yeah, so we didn't know the process of how to calculate the time. So do we have to calculate only, we have to subtract only those times where she was out of US?
She was out of US, and also if she was on H4 or something, that doesn't count.
Okay, sure. Then
calculate that, and then if you want me to kind of analyze, you can give me a call. We can do a full consultation, and I can make and find any other options for her. We might have options for her. We can, but right now, like just like that, I won't be able to assess it. It's too short time.
Okay.
But yeah, it is possible she might be able to have extra time you don't even know about, and that's why they gave her the 797.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, be careful. Okay. Thank you so much for calling. And this is an interesting question because a lot of people don't realize if USCIS make a mistake on, for example, they even give you a green card by mistake, you take advantage of it, you don't say anything. If later on they find out, they have a right to take it away from you. I had a situation very similar to that where someone, his date was not current, they still went ahead, gave him a green card, and he enjoyed it. Of course, he didn't know. He continued using it, and 1 year later, he came to see me for something else, and I found out that there was a mistake. And I told him, I said, you got to inform them. And then when he didn't come, and then I think 3 years later when he filed for citizenship, he basically kind of got into trouble. So you have to be careful. Even they make a mistake, unfortunately, you have to report it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Shah Peerally, and I have Vedika with me on the board today. We're talking about immigration, and right now things are tough. We have a lot of issues going on. We have difficulties. We have unrest. We have, you name it, the virus, the famous virus, which is not really going to go away, and which is definitely affecting travel. And travel means immigration, and of course that is going. So it's really. So it is still something. I'm sorry. It is still something now that nobody knows. In fact, most countries have no idea, to be honest. And some people are saying that many people are infected, but there's no testing kit, or they're not willing to test it because the cost is too high, or they're just hiding it because it will affect their economy. And that's what is happening probably in countries like China and Iran, where we're seeing different figures being reported. When you look at people who are on the ground, and they're telling you something very different. And I talk to other people. Unfortunately, I don't know who's telling the truth, but personally, I think governments are not doing it on purpose sometimes, but they're just not reporting it because it's affecting. Either it's too costly to, for example, Japan has not been willing to test so many people. The only few countries that are testing a lot of people are Seoul and Korea and Singapore, and then of course they're getting a lot of cases. So it is really kind of a very, very tricky situation, which will definitely affect what is happening on immigration. And now if you have the state of emergency, how are they going to treat that? Are people not going to be able to get into San Francisco? Are we going to, and I think three cities actually already declared state of emergency, and I think one case today. And I've been following this because it's something that, of course, everybody should follow this, but at the same time, this is affecting pretty much our daily lives. And many of my clients are stuck in China. Some of them are stuck other parts of the world. They are not able to get out. And it's really heartbreaking when you hear their stories. And eventually, this is going to affect all the cases we see. A lot of people are having some hope now. There will be some relief on the H-1B for India, but so far nothing has really been said, by the way. No promise. It's just a lot of talk. I see people writing articles, but there was nothing really agreed on that. Excuse me. So also we are seeing a lot of cases where admin positions as we call it, like marketing, etc., are getting denied. This has been happening before, by the way, an H-1B, but now it's almost like a blanket denial, especially if the company is small. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Shah Peerally, and I don't know how much time we're left, Vedika. Please let me know. And you can call live. We had a bunch of callers, and they really had some very, very interesting questions. You can still call 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170, and we are discussing, of course, about immigration law, and we talk about asylum in the beginning. People who are being persecuted, you can actually file for an asylum, and also if you want to, if you have issues with your H-1Bs, make sure that you get this set as soon as possible. And of course, again, we have all those other issues coming up. So I don't even know where to start, but at this point, we have to basically tackle with the biggest one. Let me take another caller. This is Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, hi.
Thank you, attorney, for your services and to the community.
Okay.
I have a question. I am a physician, and I have my regular I-140 approved and also I-40 approved through NIW. So if I decide to take a break and go on an H-4 on my husband's visa, will my NIW I-40 still continue, or how does that work?
It still continues. H-4 will not, no visa will actually affect your national interest waiver. However, the national interest waiver can affect the visa, the other way around. So you don't have to worry on that part. You can safely go on H-4, and when the dates become current, you can go ahead and move to your national interest waiver.
Oh, okay. So nothing will stop me from taking a break, and it's not
No, nothing at all. As long as a job offer, national interest waiver, usually you have the physician national interest waiver, right? So
yes, under
so you file it, and it says you did the self-petition, right? So you don't really need to prove anything. Just keep it alive, and that's it. Nothing else. Okay. Okay. Good luck to you. Wish you all the best. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
So let me take another caller. Shah Peerally, you're live on air. Hello.
Hey, Shah Peerally, thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, so I have a question. So I have my approved I-140 from employer A, and after 6 months, I actually joined to another employer B with the H-1 transfer. But the employer B has not applied my I-140 or a firm, so it's just basically a H-1 transfer. Now I got another offer from employer C. So can employer C utilize my old I-140 and we can do the H-1 transfer? If that is the case, how many times I can keep doing this H-1 transfer without actually the current employer not applying the firm?
Very interesting question. Yes, the answer is yes. You can actually do that. You can have the rule does require one I-140 to be approved. So as long as the I-140 is approved, you have it. It has not been withdrawn or cancelled by the USCIS. You are okay. However, the problem will be if the dates becomes current. If the dates becomes current, they have a right. They have a right. Doesn't mean they will. They have a right to refuse your extension in H-1B. So if the priority dates are kind of old, then I will recommend that you go ahead and you have the company. Anyway, any company you work with who's willing to file for your labor certification and I-140, go ahead, let them file it and use your priority date. But for the H-1B purpose, there's no need to really have that I-140 from that specific company. So you can use an I-140 from company A with B, C, D, E, F, as long as the dates don't become current. Okay?
Okay, Shah Peerally. So one more question on top of that. So my first employer applied as a software developer, and if the future employer has a different position, like a data engineer or a data scientist role, so do I need to, does USA consider the software developer 140, or they have to reapply a different firm? How does that work?
No. You won't be able to use that I-140 to get a green card, but the priority date you can use. So if you go to company B, they have to file your labor certification and then the new I-140. And when they do that, they will borrow the priority date which is already on file. So it doesn't matter which position you take. So for example, you can be a software developer, the other one a software engineer, or job analyst or something like that. It doesn't matter. Only thing you're taking from company A right now is the priority date. So it doesn't matter what other job they give you. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Shah Peerally.
Good luck to you. So ladies, I don't know if you have more callers, Vedika. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on here? Okay, I think we don't have more callers, but thank you so much for calling. Feel free to call. The studio lines are open. This is Attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show. A lot of people ask me the question, they think Shah is my last name. Shah is my first name, by the way, just to let you know, because I know a lot of people get confused and they don't know which one is my name, but my first name is Shah and my last name is Peerally. So that's just something I wanted to mention. And also, we were talking about the situation that we are seeing right now with the virus. How is it going to affect immigration? I've been talking about that every week because it is affecting immigration. The other reason I know also a lot of our people listening on the show are from China or close there, or someone who has been to China, and I have also people who are working in China and now are stuck. So all this we will have to account for once things get moving, and this thing is moving really fast. Let me take another caller. Shah Peerally, you're live on air. Hello?
Yeah,
hello.
Hi. Thanks, Shah Peerally. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah. So, I have a question. Can EB1 date, 140 date, priority date considered for EB2 as well? I'm going reverse.
So you want to know if an EB2 can be transferred to an EB1 or vice versa?
No, EB1 can be transferred to EB2.
Yeah. Any priority date which is approved, you can transfer it, but why would you do
how about
that?
if you change?
Because
that,
EB1 will go
if you
faster.
change that, right, but yeah, change. In that case, still I can carry EB1 date?
I didn't get the question. You mean you can carry EB1 a priority date? The answer is yes.
Okay. Though I changed the employer, and employer 2 filed as a EB2, and I can carry that EB1 date, right?
Yeah, you can carry, but just to let you know, if you file an EB1A, it's usually a self-petition. So it doesn't matter if you change employer, you can still use that EB1A.
No. Okay. It's EB1C, not A.
Ah, you did C. That's why I was thinking. Okay. Okay, then yeah, you can use that priority date, definitely. Okay?
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call. The number to the studio today is 510-6 And if you want a private consultation or you need some help on any case, H4, H4 EAD, H1B, L1, O1, national interest waiver, EB1, you name it, a family petition, marriage petitions, asylum, especially that now I talked about that, you can give us a call, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887, and the number to the studio today, 510-657-1170. 510-657-1170. Let me take one caller. This is Shah Peerally. Yeah. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Okay. Thank you for taking my call. So the question is, I'm on H4 and H4 EAD. I'm waiting for the EAD. So the thing is, my husband was working for company X for a very short period of time, and then he got a better offer and he moved to company Y. The company Y's papers, the H4 papers I haven't got yet, but I have got the X company's papers for H4. Now I have my driver license due by next month end. So can I go for the renewal with the company X papers?
Okay, that's interesting. So you have X and Y company for your husband, and you have an H4 which is attached to the X company. And now, the way it works for H4, as long as company X has not canceled your husband's H1, your H4 is good. Now, you can always give it a shot, take it to the DMV, because oftentimes it takes a long time for them to cancel the H4. But in the meantime, hopefully company Y also file an H4 for you to be. This is important. But you can always go to the DMV and show that if the company X has not canceled your husband H1B, because the law doesn't require when you transfer for them to cancel it, then you can go ahead and use that same H4. Okay?
So because since I haven't got the company Y papers yet, so I should hold good, I guess, right?
Yeah.
With the X papers.
Yeah, because you have the H4 pending files with the company Y, right?
Right.
Okay, that protects you, but for the DMV, for example, it depends. They have different rules. So show them the other H4. As long as this H4 has not, the H1 for your husband has not been canceled when he left, the H4 is still good. You can use that. Okay.
Okay. And do they expect, just one more question. I'm sorry to, so is it like, do I need to carry the original papers?
Carried where? To the DMV?
To the DMV? The H4 papers?
Yes, you have to bring them.
Okay.
Well, a copy will do if you have, because oftentimes, but yeah, you have to show the I-94 at least, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. To you. So this is very interesting. I hope you can hear me better now, Vedika. This is Attorney Shah Peerally, and I think I have another maybe few more minutes. So I'll talk a little bit now. I talk about asylum, H1B, and the issues we're having with the virus. Now let me kind of extend on the virus situation and talk about basically debt settlement. A lot of people, because of all what is happening, we are seeing kind of a slowdown in the world economy, because if you look at it, many ships have not left port from China, and China is pretty much the manufacturer of the world. So it's not really so it is a situation where we will see a lot of things happening, including people losing their jobs, difficulties, and etc. And I will highly recommend that if in case you're facing difficulties and you owe on credit cards or things like that, you might be eligible for a settlement. Not eligible, but we need to negotiate for you. And it's not like a green card where you're eligible or not. It's a negotiation. For example, let's say you owe $20,000 on a credit card. We might be able to bring that down by maybe 70% or sometimes 80%, depending on the situation. If you have some hardship, and then you pay it and you get out of it, it's not like you'll have to pay later. You're done. They cannot sell it to collections or anything because it's already paid. It's called a settlement. A settlement means the contract change, kind of. So let's say you owe $10,000. We negotiate with them and they give us a new contract where you owe only $2,000 and you pay it and you're done. But it's usually a one-time payment or sometimes two. It's not a debt consolidation, by the way. And if you need help doing those kind of cases for you, negotiate for you, give us a call, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. And we have done that also for SBA loans. As you know, SBA loans are backed usually by the government, and oftentimes if you don't pay, they will jump onto your taxes. It's really important that you get rid, because what happens when you don't pay, what I mean, they jump on your taxes means if you have a tax return and you're getting money refund, they will block it. If you have some kind of property, they can put a lien on it. If you have some kind of bank account, they can garnish. If you have a job, they can garnish your paycheck, and they can put lien on your property. They can really kind of do a lot of things to you. So the best thing to do is to avoid that. It is important that people actually do what we call take care of things, so that they suddenly doesn't just hit them. And more they're going to get strict, so it's better you clear your situation and you don't owe any money, because that's what is, if you look at some of the chapter 13 of the bankruptcy, that's what they kind of do, but they do it putting a bankruptcy on you. Here we're doing it without putting a bankruptcy on your name, and we might be able to get you out of this. So it is interesting to look into that. I highly recommend that you talk to us, and we don't charge anything in advance when it comes to debt settlement. It's not like immigration where we work in a flat fee. This one we work on contingency. That means when we get a deal, then we take a percentage of what we save you. So for example, let's say you have a $50,000 credit card. We got it settled for only $10,000, for example. Then you will pay us only a percentage on that $40,000 you save. That's the way we do it, and that's a contingency. That means only if we get a deal, then you have to pay. So give us a call if you need help, 510-742-5887. We also do that. We have also done that in the past, because now it's not really happening, for people who have second mortgages and don't have equity on their houses. So we can actually do things for them and help them. So ladies and gentlemen, if you need help, please feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. And this is the number to our office. The main website is attorneyonair or peerallylaw.com, attorneyonair.com, or you can also refer to peerallylaw.com. And for debt settlement, the forum or the blog is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. So we can help you on those two areas, immigration and debt settlement. Feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887. Now let me go back to immigration. Let me recap a little bit what we talk about today. It's really kind of how to put it. It's kind of depressing, the news we're getting everywhere. It's unfortunately we have to deal with it, or fortunately we have to deal with it heads on. And I'm getting a lot of calls from people from China, India, for some